Bam, we're live. Good morning, everyone. This will be the last time I do a show from this studio for at least a week. Tomorrow morning, 3 a.m., I head off to Texas. Oh, diggies. Oh, diggies. Good morning, Jody. Good morning. I wonder if Hiller made it home okay. Thank you. I wonder if Hiller made it home. He had a long-ass drive last night. He was driving through the night. I called him at 11:30 Pacific Standard Time. I didn't get a response. What's wrong with me? I just chew mad caffeine gum, and then by 3 p.m., I'm paranoid and hearing noises that aren't there. Oh, okay. I'm afraid the Orange Man is going to snatch defeat from the jaws of victory. He rallied in Georgia yesterday and continued to smear a popular conservative governor in Brian Kemp. That's what he does. Fake Sevon, ask Mrs. Willie Brown how Kamala views the family unit. Oh, yeah, there's some great stories, right? C. Beaver. Good morning.
Morning.
Good to see you.
Good to see you. Happy Sunday.
Thank you. I went to bed so late. Got up so early.
You watching?
I stayed up till 1:30 last night just in case there would be a late show. Oh, okay. Well, thank you.
Knew it was coming.
I drank a shot of Paper Street coffee too, and my wife just brought me a fresh cup.
Ooh, that's nice.
It was nice.
It is nice.
Oh, no ads for Kamala this time. All right. Well, that's nice.
It's because we made the show about her.
So last night I went down the rabbit hole of trying to figure out, is it her genealogy? If she really has any black in her.
Okay.
I couldn't. I found a picture of her. I found a picture of her grandfather. Basically, the deal is this: her dad was born in Jamaica, but her dad's grandfather was an Irish slave owner, and he was adamantly against the abolition in Jamaica. In Jamaica, I might add you, right? So there weren't.
Okay.
I don't know what the history of Jamaica is. I don't know how those people got to that island. I'm guessing it was slavery, but I'm assuming it was like Haiti. But so basically, all you can find if you go the furthest back on her dad's side, the furthest back I could find, all she needs to do is take a 23andMe if we really care. But all you can find if you go back, she's definitely not African American. No one's claiming that she's African American. So
she is.
She is?
No, her accent.
Oh.
She came up with the Southern accent. All of a sudden, she's black.
Yeah. And so basically all I could find, and I'll pull up the picture here in a minute. I found a picture of her grandfather holding her. But you can't figure out what ethnicity her dad or her grandfather or her but you can't find out what her great-grandfather is. Her great-grandfather was Irish and a slave owner, and he was super duper against the abolition of slavery. And eventually, when slavery was abolished in Jamaica, they I think the Great Britain gave him 11 million pounds to stop being a slave owner. Yeah.
Substantial amount of money.
Yeah, I don't know what that means by Jamaican though. So here's the thing: you're saying Jamaican Indian, and you're mixing. She's Jamaican. Her dad's Jamaican by nationality, that's for sure. But we're talking about by ethnicity. So calling her at this point, calling her Jamaican would be like calling me a Californian. Okay, it's like it's my state. It's where I'm from. It's like Armenia is both a nationality and an ethnicity. Jamaica's first inhabitants were the Taino, an indigenous Arawakan people who migrated from South America's north coast. Okay, so just basically Indians.
Would that be like Brazilians?
I mean, I'm starting to the little bit I've looked into Indians is they're basically just Chinese people. They're Chinese people who fucking came down from Alaska. They crossed the Bering Strait, came down through Alaska, and migrated south.
Oh, so she's Genghis Khan's descendant.
They're like little tiny Chinese people.
Wow.
And then they spent a lot of time in the sun, and they got real dark.
That makes sense.
Then, yeah. So it depends how far. Right. It also depends how far you want to go back.
Yeah. I mean, do you just want to go back to the beginning?
Maybe it's better. Maybe it's better just to do the Martin Luther King thing and just not worry about that shit.
Sure. Maybe.
But either way, I'll pull up the picture. I'll get to it in a second. I want to go through the I got a whole fucking crazy list of shit. We should probably start with something positive. By the way, if you're here for CrossFit Game stuff, this isn't the show for you. This is just the posse. This is just these are just
got to get it out of the system for the week.
Yeah. I know. I'm gonna be so out of the fucking drama loop for a week. I'm so bummed.
That does suck.
Andrew Schultz. What's weird is I don't think of lesbians as Democrats. When I think of lesbians, I think of them as all being conservative. I'm probably just completely delusional. But when I think of lesbians, I think of them as being just completely disgusted by gay men, all the other letters.
Yeah, if it's legit lesbians, yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? I picture them as feminists, fucking can't standing the fucking trannies being allowed in women's prisons, raping women in men's sports, all that shit. I just figured like, fuck, but anyway, here we go. Andrew Schultz.
Don't worry, Jews, you're safe here. All the lesbians are up at Columbia, so you got nothing to worry about. You got nothing to worry about. The lesbians then took over the Palestine protests. Columbia looks like a Subaru dealership. Have you seen Columbia? I went up to Columbia. I thought the roller derby was in town. I see people asking like, yo, why do lesbians care so much about Palestinians? I was, it's not Palestinians, it's just Muslims. Lesbians really care about Muslims because they too know what it's like to go down on a carpet 5 times a day. Don't worry, Jews, you're safe here.
Pretty good. Thank you, Andrew.
Yeah,
for starting off the morning strong. I just don't see lesbians as being Palestinian supporters. I don't know. When I think of lesbians, I think that they're smart, logical.
Well, I mean, we know 2 lesbians and they're pretty smart.
Yeah. But I know a bunch of lesbians.
Oh. I only know 2.
You, really?
Yeah, the Glintons.
Isn't the whole military just lesbians and white dudes?
Not the Air Force. The Army is definitely a bunch of lesbians. The Air Force, actually, you know what? The Air Force is probably a lot more gay dudes.
Oh, that's nice.
Would probably rival the Navy in gay dudes.
Oh, is the Navy? The Navy's pretty gay?
Navy's so gay, dude.
That's awesome. Oh, California. Oh, California. Oh, California. I don't know if I should apologize to Texas or what. Lots of lesbians in the Navy. Austin Hartman.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, California. Hey, David, I went out to dinner with a friend last night, physician, and he's moving to Portugal.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy. Just up at him.
Why? Can you do that?
I guess he's gonna live there 3 months a year. He's gonna do his work remotely. Yeah, from Portugal.
Is he? What is? How does? What?
Yeah, crazy, right?
Telehealth? They're just gonna telehealth everything.
He's one of those dudes that looks at images.
Oh, he's a radiologist.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do that for sure. That makes sense.
Okay, California. Here we go.
Another California company is moving its headquarters out of the state. This one with a significant footprint in the Bay Area. Chevron announced today it will be moving its corporate operations from San Ramon to Houston, Texas, a process that's expected to happen over the next 5 years. And it says politics is likely a factor in Chevron's decision to leave.
Because it costs more money here, and there's more risk, litigation risk, and HR risk, and a bunch of other factors that make California less attractive for doing business.
The oil giant has been at odds with politicians in the past. Last year, the state sued U.S. oil companies, including Chevron, claiming they deceived the public about risks of fossil fuel. In 2022, Chevron sold their large campus, moved into a smaller building, and already started relocating some people to Texas. Hudson says they've felt that loss already. It's not just Chevron. A number of other companies have left California for Texas, a state with lower taxes and a lower cost of living. So among them, we're talking Tesla, Oracle, Hewlett-Packard, and Charles Schwab.
Dude, look at the names of these companies. Oracle. I didn't know Oracle left. Oracle basically was San Francisco.
Wasn't that Rose's company?
He sold his company to Oracle.
Oh, right. Okay, my bad.
The owner of Oracle, what's his name? The head guy over Larry Ellison. Larry Ellison bought the Hawaiian island of Lanai.
What? You can do that?
Yeah, there were 2 gas stations there and a Four Seasons hotel. He bought the island.
Holy
He
shit.
owns 96% of the island or something like that, 98%.
He looks like a Bond villain.
I cannot believe Oracle. Sebi, how come you don't leave California? Because where I'm at, it's so amazing. Where I'm at, so you have to. Most of the state is just amazing. I mean, it is like I can grow anything here. I'm just down the street from the Pacific Ocean, and yet my neighbors have horses and donkeys and peacocks, and it's amazing. You know, my favorite thing I've been doing. Every time I go to a restaurant now, I tell the waiter or waitress, I'm like, "You pretty excited for what's going to happen in 4 or 5 months?" And they're like, "What?" I'm like, "Your tips aren't going to get taxed anymore." And it's my way of finding out if they're a Trumper or not.
Yeah.
That's
a good way to do it.
Yeah. I'm 3 for 3. All three so far Trumpers. Oh yeah, I'm excited.
Well, yeah, I imagine if you work on tips, or if you're like your job is based on your effort, then yeah, you're probably going to be pretty stoked. But if you're like, they'll just pay you to pay you. Yeah, I don't think they like him.
California, the state that takes all your money and your kids. Yeah, the kids thing is crazy. We'll get to a little bit of that today too. The kids thing is fucking absolutely nuts. I don't think people realize how real it is. Yeah, the weather here is great. Rarely drops below 65. Rarely goes over 95. It's like I just can't tell you how perfect it is where I live. And it's weird too because you know like a really shitty home in my area is $1.5 million. Like, and I mean really shitty. I'm talking about 2-bedroom, 1 bath, like just a box on a 1,500 square foot piece of land. You can get a 700 square foot home.
That's insane.
I know, for $1.5 million. I know, it's so nuts.
If you tried to sell my plot of land in Nebraska, in California, it'd be like multi-million-dollar.
Yeah,
property.
2 acres would be crazy here. I was in Monterey for a year or two. It was always perfect and around 75. Yeah. And where I'm at, we don't have the fog belt I can see Monterey. I see Monterey every day, but we don't have the fog that you guys have. I mean, Monterey's really isolated too.
Doesn't that lift after like 10 a.m. or something?
Yeah, usually it lifts pretty quick. Monterey though can get really bogged in. And since I'm a couple miles just straight up from the beach, I have some elevation. I wonder what I'm at. I bet you I'm at like 300 feet. And so it can be, even on the foggiest days here, I'm in the sun. RB, you described my house. I used to be proud of it. Yeah, I'm so proud of my house. Dave's been over to my house, I don't know, 50 times. And this last time he was here, he's thinking about getting some fruit trees for the ranch. And so I walked him around my yard and he was like, "Holy shit, dude. Now I know why you're always talking about your yard. This is insane." He's like, "You take care of all this?" I'm like, "Yeah, it's dope, right?" He's like, "Yeah."
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I'm pretty
having that many resources, just you can just pick it whenever you walk outside.
Yeah, it's awesome.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
every morning, it's 6 months of the year I could have an orange for breakfast if I wanted.
That's
It's
awesome.
dope. Yeah, it's pretty dope. But the state is falling apart. The state is
Seems like it.
absolutely falling apart. And for reasons like this, we will get back to Kamala. We'll get back to Kamala's roots. We'll try to figure out. I'll show you what I found last night. This shit is fucking crazy right here. What I'm about to show you. I'm Magnus Holmgren. I am at 7,800 feet. Living up high is good for you. All right, fair.
Not for my skin, dude. It's so dry.
That's a good point. Would you get bloody noses too?
Not so much anymore when I'm like at an elevation, but my skin gets fucked up.
Miss Vice President, lowest rated vice president in the history of the United States, was part of a cover up for 4 years, hiding from the fact that Joe Biden was completely incapacitated.
Greatest cover up in U.S. presidential history.
Probably. Was fucking Willie Brown while he was married. Woman of high value. Woman with high values and moral character. The whole cheating thing, as you get older and older, just becomes more and more unacceptable. It's so weird how my views have changed so strongly on that. Okay, here we go. Kamala. This lady's running for president of the United States of America. She's the front runner for the Democrats. Here we go.
I was Attorney General. I learned that the California Department of Corrections, which was a client of mine, I didn't get to choose my clients.
Right, a client of the Attorney
I'm
General.
a client of the Attorney General,
Right.
of the Office of Attorney General, that they were standing in the way of surgery.
For prisoners.
For prisoners. And there was a specific case. And when I learned about the case, I worked behind the scenes to not only make sure that that transgender woman got the services she was deserving.
So she's saying that there was a man who is in the California prison system who wanted to be turned into a woman and put into the woman's prison. And when she found out that that man wasn't getting the surgery that he deserved.
So it wasn't only about that case. I made sure that they changed the policy in the state of California.
She made sure that she changed the law so men who want to start the transition to women or complete the transition to women, which is a misnomer anyway, could get those services, and they would be paid for by with U.S. tax dollars. Yeah, Christine Young, she went above and beyond. And by the way, that's happened now, and those men are now in women's prisons, and they are raping women and getting them pregnant.
Crazy.
And she's bragging about it. It's absolutely wild. That's why I don't get I just can't see lesbians being Democrats anymore.
Didn't she also
So that
block?
every transgender.
Say that again?
Didn't she also block a bunch of evidence from coming out for like misdemeanor marijuana charges and like kept 5,000 people in prison too?
Yeah, I fell down that rabbit hole too. There was a guy specifically who got sentenced to 50 years in jail. Yeah. And she was and I saw him being interviewed, and he said she was in the back laughing when he got his 50-year sentence. And eventually he was exonerated. He was they doctored evidence to put him in jail. It's crazy.
Jesus Christ.
Inmate in the prison system would have access to the medical care that they desired and need.
Medical care? You mean scientific experiment? It's not medical care. It's fucking experimenting on men.
And I believe it was not only, I know it was historic in California, but I believe actually it may have been one of the first, if not the first in the country, where I pushed for that policy in a Department of Corrections. When I was Attorney General,
it's just such flawed thinking. It's such flawed thinking. How does anyone think that a male prisoner deserves those resources from the taxpayer.
Who thinks it's a good idea to put male prisoners with female prisoners, period?
Absolutely insane. And by the way, the vast majority of these men that they're doing are sexual predators. Like, they're in jail because they did something to get there that was illegal towards women, like rape them.
Right. Lunatic.
Complete fucking lunacy. Complete lunacy. This is from the Daily Mail. In the United Kingdom, this was hard to find on Google. Oh, I wonder why it didn't. Oh, there it is. Okay. All you need to know about Trump's new rivals as the world asks, will cackling Kamala have the last laugh?
That's a great title.
And
dang, you need sunglasses or what?
I wonder why these pictures aren't popping up. Willie Brown was a married womanizer, 31 years, Kamala Sr., who also happened to be one of the biggest movers and shakers in West Coast Democrat politics. I think Playgirl magazine titled him as one of the 10 sexiest men alive at the time. There's stories about how he would have his wife on one arm and Kamala on the other. There's vicious speculation that she didn't pass the bar exam the first time she took it, and the second time she took it, she passed, but not legitimately. Baby Kamala Harris with her mother, Shyamala Gopalan, and her paternal grandfather, Oscar Joseph. So her dad, who's a professor at Stanford, this is his dad. And I showed this picture to my wife, and she goes, oh, it looks like my yoga instructor back in Berkeley, who was from India. And he does. This guy looks Indian as all get out.
Yeah, he kind of does.
This guy looks fucking crazy Indian.
Just no dots. Or do they not have dots on the dudes?
I don't think the dudes do dots. I think they do. Sure enough, Harris promptly dumped her aging lover dumped Willie Brown after concluding there was no permanency in our relationship. And when Willie was sworn in, Blanche stood beside him, Bible in hand. Yet DeMayer continued to guide Harris as she ascended the greasy pole of San Francisco's legal system as she was sworn in as San Francisco's first black district attorney. Lift Every Voice and Sing, the so-called Black National Anthem, was performed. Harris is fiercely proud of her heritage. Her father, Donald, 85, from Jamaica, was a professor of economics at Stanford University. So he's from Jamaica, but his grandfather is an Irishman, full-blooded Irishman. Her great-grandfather is a full-blooded Irishman who owned slaves and was against the abolition of slavery. And then this is her grandfather. So this is her father's father. And at that point, man, you have to wonder. And then this is Kamala's father and mother. Does he have an afro? Is that an afro?
Yeah, I guess. Kind of looks like it.
She has long been a celebrity darling. In 2005, Oprah Winfrey no less called Harris a superstar, but California's residents, especially the families of the many poor black people she prosecuted as district attorney, remember her less fondly. Cop Kamala fined and imprisoned the parents of children who played truant at school, including one youngster who suffered from sickle cell anemia. Oh, yeah, that was her big thing, too, to go after parents whose kids didn't attend school.
Really?
Yeah. She was so proud of that. She put them behind bars.
Jesus Christ.
Talk about attacking the symptom and not the cause.
It just makes sense, right?
In 2010, even though she had once accepted a $2,500 donation from disgraced Hollywood sex predator Harvey Weinstein, she hopped on the Me Too wagon. Yeah, she goes wherever the wind blows.
Yeah, I bet she got to this. They're like, "Hey, you're going to be the next Democratic presidential candidate." And she's like, "What? I'm just here to hang out, dude. I just want to make money. I don't want to be president."
This one's fucking amazing. Yet even her greatest fans acknowledge that consistency has never been her forte. My mother used to laugh when she told the story about a time I was fussing as a toddler, she once said. She leaned down to me and asked, "Kamala, what's wrong? What do you want?" And I wailed back, "Freedom." Kamala promptly stopped repeating that adorable anecdote after journalists revealed that Dr. Martin Luther King had told an uncomfortably similar tale in 1965. Yeah, so
Wow.
she took a story that Martin Luther King told about when he was a kid.
And appropriated it?
Yes, and said it was her. The discussion that Martin Luther King had with his mom, he said she had with her mom.
Wow. Powerful stuff, man.
She's perfect for Biden. She was perfect. They were perfect running mates.
She's basically Martina Luther King.
She also confused North and South Korea, mistakenly claiming that 220 million Americans have died of COVID-19. The correct figure was 1.2 million, and joked that people between the age of 18 and 24 are really stupid. Her memes generate millions of views.
Her memes?
My mother, yeah, just memes of her generate millions of views. My mother used to say to us, "I don't know what's wrong with you young people. You think you just fell out of a coconut tree." She then broke into loud guffaws before adding, gnomically, "You exist in context of all which you live and what came before you." God damn.
What can be unburdened by what has been?
Yes. I heard someone trying to break that down the other day.
I can't do the mental gymnastics to figure that out myself.
She married this guy who had 2 kids. Behind the scenes, the rumors are Obama hates her and hates Biden.
I feel like Obama's just old and just doesn't like anybody anymore. Back in my day, I would have.
I don't know if I disagree with that. 18 to 24-year-olds are dummies. That's probably fair.
Yeah.
Fair generalization.
I was pretty dumb during that time frame.
That phase.
For sure. I'm much older and wiser now. I know a lot.
If you don't know the difference between nationality and ethnicity, the black thing's never going to, you're never going to be able to get your head wrapped around the black thing. It's like there were no ethnic Palestinians until 1964.
Okay, you mean like Mexicans are just
Mexicans
Spanish.
are
Mexican.
Well, Mexican is now it's also an ethnicity. They made it an ethnicity. They turned it into one finally.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like if you ask them, like most Mexicans probably think that that's their ethnicity. Mexican American or Mexican. They think it's like
that's on my paperwork. Yeah.
Yeah.
It says I'm
Mexican. Are you Mexican?
Yeah.
Oh, that's crazy.
Not like a lot, but
enough to claim it.
Sure. Yeah.
When
Sock check beach.
In that book that Sam Apple wrote about Otto Warburg, the Nobel Prize winner, the father of photosynthesis and the guy who deemed cancer as a metabolic disease. In that book, it talks about how Hitler, when they were trying to figure out what to do with the Jews, they started studying the Ku Klux Klan. I've talked about this on the show quite a bit. And the Ku Klux Klan had a 1-drop rule. So if you had 1 drop of black in you, you're a no-go. Get a rope. And
wow.
Hitler thought that was fucked up.
Hitler thought that?
Yeah. So they had a 30% rule. You didn't get in the train unless you were 31% Jew. He
Wow.
thought that he thought the Klan,
There's a limit.
Yeah, he thought the Klan was too harsh.
The Klan is an extremist organization, but the Nazis are. We're moderates. They're moderates.
It's fucking amazing.
Have you seen American History X? I've never seen it, but I started it the other day.
A long time ago when it was in the theater, I was a kid. What year is that movie from?
Either early 2000s or the 90s, maybe the 90s.
Yeah, I was probably just out of high school.
When you criticize,
Say it again.
1998.
Oh, okay.
Christians, I hope you know who you're criticizing. The demographic with the largest numbers of followers of Christ in the world is women of color. And the demographic with the largest number of followers of Christ, and it percentage-wise in the United States, is African-American women. So be very careful when you start criticizing Christians. And yet so many professors and so much thinking in the press in our country has basically said, oh, Christianity is a white Western man's religion. A young lady said that to me at the University of South Carolina. I was just about to answer her. A tall black gentleman steps out of the crowd and says, excuse me, I'm a grad student here and I'm from Ethiopia. Our Ethiopian Christian church is far older than any Christian church here in the United States or in any part of Western Europe. And this idea that Christianity is a white Western religion is totally false. You could have heard a pin drop. But that is the antithesis of what a lot of anthropology and humanities professors are teaching. That, oh no, Christianity is a white male religion, which is baloney. You know the demographic with the largest number of atheists? Mm-hmm. White men, white Western men. When you...
Crazy, right?
Yeah, what is that? Is that just white men have appropriated Christianity, or white people have just appropriated Christianity, or they're just like?
I don't know if you can appropriate Christianity because they want to spread it, right?
Oh, good point. Okay.
Like that's the whole thing. But it's fascinating to me. Now that I think about it, the only people that I know are atheists. Well, I shouldn't say the only. I know some women, but the vast majority of atheists I know are white men.
Huh. Okay.
And when I think of black women, I guess I think of them as pretty religious as a group.
Yeah. I could see that.
Same with Mexican women.
Definitely. All my Mexican family members are very religious, like very Catholic types.
And another fascinating thing is that the whole abortion thing's fascinating too. Margaret Sanger, the creation of abortion was to kill black babies. It was pushed to it was basically a eugenics, one of the arms of eugenics, to make it available to kill babies of people that they didn't want in the tribe, especially black people. And yet, the lady running for president is black, and the cornerstone of her campaign is to keep allowing women to kill babies,
provide health care for those who need abortions.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sorry, not killing babies. What's it called? Medical freedoms.
That's right, medical freedoms.
Fucking wild. Yes, the other day I heard Tony Hinchcliffe on Kill Tony talk about how all the Republicans are the rich people, and it just made me realize what a Hollywood retard he is. All the rich people are Democrats. I shouldn't say all. That's not true. The 8 of the 10 richest people in this country are Democrats. All the people in LA, all those rich fuckers, Democrats. The difference, when you're a kid and you live in California, they tell you that Republicans hate rich people, and Democrats support poor people, love poor people. And then you get older and you realize the truth. The truth is Republicans want to pave the way for all people to be able to get rich, and Democrats want to keep people poor.
So you're saying that rich Democrats are just closeted Republicans?
Yeah, basically.
I mean, they're working off of capitalism all the same as Republicans are, right?
Yeah, I mean, just imagine LeBron James or Oprah. Why would they ever play victim? Why wouldn't they just be beacons of hope? Why would Obama ever play victim? Why wouldn't he just be a beacon of hope? Why would you ever play victim? What's the more you play a role, the more you become it.
Yeah.
The more you
Maybe.
play a role, the more you become it.
That's the market he has to play to make his money.
Yeah, yeah. There you go. It's fucking
Interesting.
wild. Fucking wild. God, this election is going to be crazy. I think Trump's going to win.
If he doesn't, it's going to be pretty nuts.
This guy has been a guest on the show. Asim Malhotra. I've met him several times at Greg's house. In case you forgot, a couple years ago. Oh, wait, did you see what happened in Vermont?
No, what happened?
Oh, I'll get to that story too. A kid was at school in Vermont and they gave him the vaccine on accident.
On accident?
Yeah. And in Vermont and California, I don't know if you, in Vermont and California, I'm sure it's in other states too. If you go to school, that is and the parents sued and it went to the Supreme Court and they lost because in Vermont and California, when you send your kid to school, it is implied consent to anything that happens there.
Wow.
Yeah. So if they're giving out vaccines there at school in Vermont and your kid gets one,
it's implied consent.
Yeah, it's implied consent. Even though that they said, please don't give our kid the vaccine. They gave the kid the vaccine.
No fucking way.
Implied consent just by sending your kid to school. It's crazy. Okay, here we go. This one's a little long, but enjoy this.
I mean, you're a cardiologist. What have you seen? What evidence do you have that the vaccine
Asim Malhotra is a cardiologist, by the way. 20 years of practice as a cardiologist.
Actually might have had some pretty devastating impact?
Well, I think the best evidence so far actually was a reanalysis of the original trials done by Pfizer and Moderna that led to approval, coercion, and even mandates of this vaccine, if you call it a vaccine, although it's nothing like traditional vaccines anyway. I think it's better described as a form of genetic technology. That analysis was published in peer-reviewed journal Vaccine, done by very eminent scientists, the associate editor of the BMJ, Peter Doshi, Joseph Freeman, who I know is a lead author. And what they found, Alex, from the beginning, and this is what we call the highest quality level of evidence, is that you are more likely to suffer serious harm from the vaccine at a rate of about 1 in 800 than you were to be hospitalized with COVID from the very beginning, which for me is an automatically suggests that it probably...
The rate of being harmed by the vaccine was higher than the rate of having serious harm from COVID. Let me repeat that one more time. The rate of being seriously harmed by the vaccine was higher than the rate of being seriously harmed from COVID.
And this is across all age groups. So we don't have the data to separate age groups, but 1 in 800 is a very high figure. It probably should never have been approved for authorization for a single human in the first place. So the question then one would ask was, well, how did this happen? Well, of course, you've got the medical regulator, the MHRA, who approved it, but everything happened very quickly. There's a big problem, which again, most people don't know, most doctors aren't even aware of. The chairman of the BMA was gobsmacked when I gave a presentation at the BMA annual conference in the summer of 2022, when I presented him information from the British Medical Journal investigation that revealed the MHRA in this country, our regulator, gets 86% of its funding from the pharmaceutical industry.
What does MHRA stand for? MHRA. Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency of the Government of the United Kingdom. So the United Kingdom's Medicines and Healthcare Products Regulatory Agency gets 86% of its funding from pharmaceutical companies.
It's like the FDA for us.
Fucking nuts. Fucking nuts.
So for me, this is a form, if you like, of institutional corruption, which is at the root of the problem.
I mean, what have you said? What have we got?
And listen, and so you have to also understand doctors take their orders from pharmaceutical companies. Pharmaceutical companies are the ones that basically fund all the medical schools, all the continued education,
all the research.
All the research. They're the drug. You have to see them as the drug pushers of the pharmaceutical. They work for the pharmaceutical agencies.
It's like you have the medical sales people.
Yeah.
They're the ones that are like sitting in on surgery saying, "Oh yeah, use that tool. Oh yeah, this is what this is for." Like they're the ones telling them how to do things.
Fucking nuts.
So far that is evidencing the fact that vaccines could have harmed some people. We're not saying that it's harmed everybody.
No,
but what have you seen and where's the evidence?
Yeah, so there are many different levels of evidence. So you've got what I already mentioned, the randomized control.
And then it goes on and on and on. Fucking kind of terrifying. This one's a no-brainer. You guys already know this. MSNBC, just a fucking wing of the Kamala campaign. This is absolutely nuts here. They take a bunch of Joe Rogan clips, MSNBC does, to make it seem like Joe Rogan supports Kamala Harris. But what's even crazier is it's not even all stuff that Joe said about Kamala. There are some clips in here of Joe talking about Tulsi that they attribute that he said towards Kamala. And it's so obvious which ones they are. There's a clip in here where Joe Rogan says she served in the army.
Huh?
And it's I know, and it's so obvious they're talking about Tulsi. Here we go. Watch this shit. This shit is fucking nuts.
Not sure if you guys caught this, but MSNBC was exposed today for yet another set of lies. They deceptively edited together this video of different Joe Rogan comments to make it appear that he was singing the praises of Kamala Harris.
She's going to win. No, she's not. She can win. She is a strong woman. She is a person who served overseas twice.
I don't think Kamala Harris has served overseas at all, period.
Fucking crazy.
She in a medical unit. So she was a congresswoman for 8 years.
Yeah.
She is a person of color. She's everything you want. She's going to win.
No, she's not.
She can win. They just want no Trump, no matter what.
This is not reflective at all of the truth of what Joe Rogan said. And I think MSNBC has since taken this post down. But what's really serious here is that not only does Joe Rogan deserve an apology, there's actually something far bigger at stake here. This is yet another example of how MSNBC is working hand in glove with the Democrat elite and the Kamala Harris campaign to try to spread lies, simply things that are not true. So what this means is MSNBC is a for-profit corporation. They are helping Kamala
Harris. She goes on and on. You get the point. Sunil Motwani. Do you give Trump credit at all for creating the vaccine under Operation Warp Speed? 100% I give him credit for it. What would be wrong with trying to create a vaccine to fix an ailment? What would be wrong? Let's just look at even the question before we suggest the fact that he wouldn't have mandated it. There's a sickness in the medical establishment is saying, hey, we can come up with a cure or a hedge or a block for this virus. So he helped fund that. Like, I don't see anything wrong with that. Sevon, you know what I'm saying? So I think you have to take out the word blame because there's a presupposition in there. And it doesn't just insinuate. It claims that there was something wrong with him trying to create the vaccine in order to find a cure. I don't blame anyone for trying to find a cure. I applaud them.
Otherwise, nothing gets cured, right?
Yeah.
We all die at 40 years old.
Yeah, you have a problem getting to work. Kudos for the dude who invented the car that helps you get there faster. You need to till more fields. Kudos to the dude who invented the tractor.
That's right. Doesn't mean you have to use the tractor.
No,
you have to use a car.
No, and maybe the tractor does more damage to the field.
Yeah,
and so you got to walk it back.
Maybe you have to switch fields every year so that you don't overplot your land because you till it up all the time with your tractor. Like,
yes, but that was the worst thing he did while president. I don't know. I don't know if trying to find a cure is a bad thing. I would need that explained to me. I think it's just it's a fucked up question. The question has too many presuppositions in it. Sevon, who do you find more attractive, Kamala or Tulsi?
Tulsi.
I find Tulsi more attractive, but but if it was like 30 years ago, I really don't like the way Kamala dresses. To be, if I want to be just completely just honest with you, she dresses like Hillary Clinton. I just can't stand the.
She dresses like a lesbian.
No, she doesn't even dress like a lesbian. She dresses like.
Come on, the pantsuit.
But I feel like that's trying to be a man. Is that what lesbians are trying to do? Steal men's clothes?
Yeah, because there's always two. There's two types of lesbians in a couple. One of them dresses like a dude, like.
Well, then it's a miss. It's like some hybrid of a dude and a girl. Like if you're gonna, I guess I don't mind if a lesbian just dresses like a dude. But you got to hit it out of the park. You know what I mean? Hat on backwards, jeans, t-shirt. Yeah. God, there was this lady fucking the other day at the skate park who was braless. It was crazy. It's fucking nuts. It was like no, but I just remembered it. Kamala looks like would have been so fun to party with back in the day.
You think so?
Yeah. Fuck yeah. She did crazy shit. She'd give you and your buddy a hand job while you're sitting on the couch.
Wow. That.
You know what I mean?
Wow. I don't know about that.
Like she'd sit between you and jerk both of you off. I don't know. I just get that vibe from her that she was cool. Safety in numbers.
I do not get that vibe.
You don't?
I get the vibe that she like fucking rat you out if you were doing shit in your room. Like if it smelled like weed in your room, she would tell the RA or whatever in college.
Oh, wow. I don't know. I think she partied. Why does Trump get a pass for creating a vaccine that harms so many people? I think he was trying. I think he was doing what he thought was best. I think. I know you can say that. I know that you can say that about anyone. I know that's kind of a wishy-washy line, but he wasn't going to mandate it.
As far as we know, I mean, yeah.
And we'll never know, but I think he would have quickly. I would think he would have walked it back quickly as people started getting injured. I mean, shit. You really want to go down that route, Sunil? I suspect that the ventilators killed fucking shitloads of people. Fucking thousands and thousands of people. And he was so proud of the how many ventilators were made under his watch. It's just it just became different when they were literally offering lap dances to people to get fucking the vaccine.
Burgers and fries.
Yeah, lap dances, burgers and fries, all sorts of crazy shit. Mandating it for kids 5 years old who are going to school.
Got to get 100% vaccination. Got to vaccinate those homeless people too.
Montel Williams side piece. It harmed so many people because Biden forced it on so many people. I mean, the fear was high. I mean, you guys all know it's all out there now. They were all doing it for ratings. They did the exact same thing in Vietnam. They did it during polio. The press figured out that if you put the death numbers every day, a rolling toll of the death numbers, that you would get super high ratings. And they wore a mic in on that guy. One of the directors over at CNN, James O'Keefe, wore a mic in on him. And he basically said that they were just keeping the death numbers in the front every single day because it was so great for ratings because people wanted to come and watch the death numbers, and that they knew soon as COVID was over, they were going to pivot to climate change and start the fear on climate change.
That's like, yeah, that's fucked.
All the incentives to get it made it super sketchy. Yeah, crazy sketchy. And the fact you have to also remember that places like fucking Noble, that shithole of a company, Noble. By the way, you know what's fucking amazing about Noble? That shithole of a company, Noble, made you, if you weren't vaccinated, you weren't allowed to work there. These guys are such trash, these Noble people. Anyone who worked there is such trash. Can you fucking believe this? This is fucking amazing. So the premise for why Greg tweeted Floyd 19, for those of you who don't know, in a nutshell, was that the same people who were giving us models for how many people were going to die from COVID said that they were also going to give us a solution for racism in this country. And we saw what they did with COVID and how bad it fucked up the United States and the world. That Greg was like, "Why are you guys weighing in on racism?" I think it was was called the Imperial College out of the UK. And so he made the very clever tweet, Floyd 19, which was basically saying meshing the two together, like, hey, you're going to create a disaster out of George Floyd just like you created a disaster out of COVID. But then they got this guy, Tola Marquinho, is that his name?
Tola Marquinho, yeah.
Marquinho, a guy I've only heard the greatest shit about. I've only heard good things about him. But he's wearing a fucking Greg Glassman quote. The magic is in the move. These people, this Noble company supported companies who had political investments in gender mutilation, the outlawed people. Who outwardly supported some crazy shit regarding kids.
Did they even attribute it to him, the quote?
I don't think so. The magic is in the movements, the art is in the programming, the science is in the explanation, and the fun is in the community. I don't know if Greg ever said that last line like that.
Yeah, the fun is in the community. That's definitely not something Greg would say.
No, it's fucking nuts that these fucking shitbags. This is the Black Square Posse.
Yeah.
What a fucking mess.
That's a new shirt too, isn't it?
No, it's old.
Oh, okay. I thought.
I mean, it's for sale now. I think that they obviously have so much fucking CrossFit gear.
They're still trying to sell their stuff from the games.
Yeah, they're still trying to sell their stuff from the
2022 games.
Look, they actually have an attractive girl representing them. That's crazy.
I feel like usually their models are pretty hot.
Another look at here we go. You have a quote from a guy that supposedly was racist on a black woman just to sell shirts. I mean, they have fucking no stick to itness. They have no continuity. What, they are such a shitty fucking company.
They're so bad.
I have my fanny pack from last year. I needed a big fanny pack, and so Dave gave me the Noble one, and it's my best fanny pack, and I'm fucking struggling because I don't want to fucking wear it at the games. I don't know what to do. I reached out to Born Primitive to see if they could send me a fanny pack. God, they're such a shithole company, and they have that guy. They have that whatever a Fraser and Brooks' new company is. They have the guy who worked at Noble working with them too. That Todd guy.
How embarrassing. You think that he's going to help them make a productive company?
So listen, we know the vaccine killed people. We know Noble made it so that to work there, you had to be vaccinated. They had a press release that said that. And then on top of that, this guy fucking Todd makes a post while he's at the NFL Combine saying my staff killed themselves to get all of this clothing there. And I'm like,
literally and figuratively.
Yeah. And I'm thinking to myself, holy shit, dude, do you realize what you just said? No, he's completely retarded.
No, he has no
I don't
idea.
know. I don't know why Fraser affiliates with these fucking people. I picture my knowledge of the Fraser is that he is on the straight and narrow.
I think there's just somebody in his ear all the time telling him what to do, and he just
does it.
He just does it. Yeah.
What a fucking joke. I don't know why he does that stuff. I wouldn't affiliate with. Some people will be like, "Why do you affiliate with Hiller?" Listen, don't affiliate with anyone who's in Hiller's crosshairs. You shouldn't affiliate with. How about that? If you're too lazy to do your own deep dives, I think Hiller's a better barometer of testing who you should and shouldn't affiliate with than not affiliating with Hiller. So many people still say that. Oh, you shouldn't affiliate with that person. Oh, you should stay away from Kill Taylor. You should stay away from those guys. You are fucking stupid.
You should stay away from me.
Yeah, stay away from Caleb.
No, not. Yeah, okay. Stay away from me.
By the way, the YouTube station, the Sevon Podcast YouTube station, is absolutely murdering it again. We're having our fucking greatest month again. So thank you to all of you guys. Absolutely killing it. The numbers are off the chart. I look at the analytics and I'm like, holy fuck, we're a monster. Travis, if you are coming to Travis, are you coming to the games? Could you bring me wristbands? Is Travis in there? Travis, could you bring me wristbands to the games? I want to wear these at the games. These ones. Let me see. Is Travis in the comments? I think he is. Oh, you're not. Fuck. If I gave you the address for my hotel room, could you mail them there? I'll mail you some. Shoot me your address. Okay.
There you go. Too easy.
Okay. I'm gonna do that now. My wife just said go. Ari's watching the show and he said go Caleb.
Thanks, Ari.
Travis, I'm going to send you Travis Bellenhausen. I just have him as Travis Belling.
That works.
I'm gonna send you the address to the hotel right now. I don't have my room number. But I just sent you the. Sorry, fuck. I sent it as 2 lines. What were you gonna say?
Travis said, enter code games20 at checkout starting tomorrow morning at 7 a.m. all week until Sunday at 10.
Oh, okay.
For 20% off.
All
Oh,
right.
and even full by nose. That's cool.
Okay. Hey, will you text me, Travis, and keep reminding me about that? I want to push that all week. I mean, unless you're afraid they're gonna buy all your shit and fuck you up. Unless you don't want to sell. I know some companies don't want to sell all their shit.
Yeah, they just want to keep it on hand, just in case. Keep a supply.
I thought I saw a new Sevon Podcast shirt. Hey, I'll wear these socks too. Oh, wouldn't it be awesome to hang one of these up in the stadium?
That would be sick.
It's crazy when I go into a gym and I see one of those flags. I have this jersey. It's absolutely sick.
That is a pretty cool jersey.
I know Pool Boy wears it a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
He doesn't wear shirts ever, so that's pretty cool.
Sevon going to be walking around like a NASCAR driver. Oh, the new Sevon shirt will go live tomorrow morning. Oh, that's awesome.
What is it?
It's really cool. It's kind of a throwback to the original shirt. I wonder if my credential gets me closer than Sevon. It better not.
That would be fucking hilarious.
It fucking better not. Can't get enough of fucking Kamala. Oh, here's the guy. So here's the guy. I fell into this rabbit hole yesterday too. This guy's name is Jamal Trulove. This is one of the reasons I was up so late last night. I was looking into this. Here we go. Check this out.
In 2008, I was framed for murder and wrongfully convicted by the office of Kamala Harris.
sentenced 50 to life in prison. It took me 5.5 years to ultimately get back in the trial due to prosecutorial misconduct. And it took me another year to go to my second trial, to which I was vindicated by a jury of my peers. When I got convicted, Kamala Harris was in the courtroom. When I got sentenced 50 to life in prison, Kamala Harris was in the courtroom. When I look back and I seen her, she was smiling. And she did that stupid ass laugh that she do right now. This shit ain't funny. In 2008, I was framed.
So I fell down the rabbit hole to find out, like, hey, I wonder if he really did it.
Yeah.
And the two things, they had no physical evidence. They just had a eyewitness. They had no physical evidence that he did the murder. The guy that was killed was his best friend. And the witness in the retrial, as I recall, the two things that stood out the most is the witness was too far away to ID anyone, right? And at first the witness said it wasn't him, but then saw a video of him later and said it was him. And then the other thing is that the witness who testified him, who claimed that they saw him do it, was given $60,000.
For what?
For like a apartment,
somebody
and food and hotel and all of this stuff, because supposedly this witness was afraid for their life, so they gave them $60,000 so that they can move the husband and the child to a new location.
Yeah, wow, that makes sense. Per diem for their trouble.
Yeah, but it's crazy that there's no physical evidence. I think that's pretty unheard of to get convicted for murder with no physical evidence.
Yeah.
I asked this dude to come on the podcast. I wonder if he's responded. I'd love to hear his story. I'd love to ask him. Let me see if he responded. Nothing yet. Jamal Trulove. He must be getting a shitload of requests.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, he ended up getting $13 million.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
It's better than whatever that witness got.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. He's on the warpath to get Kamala now. His Instagram is like he hates her.
How long was he in before he got exonerated?
He did 5 years. He was on some reality TV show too. He did 5 years in jail before he got his case reheard, and then another year while his case was being reheard. Oh, he's a film director now.
Of his own movie or what?
That's a good question, but there's I'll show you his Instagram. There's all these pictures of him on movie sets. Oh, he was on this dipshit show, The Breakfast Club. Let's watch this real quick.
So after I came out and I said I was going to put my differences aside and vote for Joe Biden, of course, here comes Charlemagne with this.
Jamal Trulove, which I thought was the most egregious case on her record. Jamal Trulove, he did a video last night saying that he's voting for her.
So I had to check him in the comments real quick because...
So Charlemagne said that the most egregious case that Kamala's had was against this dude, and now this dude's coming out and voting for her. Oh, and he said, I only gave the reason why I'm going to support Biden-Harris ticket is to get Donald Trump out of office, not because she wasn't personally involved in my cash, which is what you said, not me. Oh, I don't know. I got to stand with Charlemagne there. Let me see.
He was putting words in my mouth. Pause. And I knew what that would do. That would get me onto the Breakfast Club.
We got a special guest on the line this morning. Jamal Trulove, welcome, brother.
But they didn't want me on there to tell my story because Angela Yee been trying to get me on there. They wanted me on there
because I was vindicating Kamala Harris.
Senator Harris, she didn't try your case, and she wasn't named in your lawsuit.
I'm never, blamed definitively Kamala Harris.
So you did say that you are still voting for for Joe Biden and Kamala Harris.
I said in the video, it's just me putting my differences aside.
But Senator Harris does have a black.
So I played the part, but it's been eating at me ever since. After that, I stepped away from politics. I seen how it was going, and I focused strictly on developing my craft and filmmaking. So
Wow, he fucking voted for fucking Biden Kamala after she supposedly put him in jail for 5 years. What a douche. Charlemagne is supporting Kamala. Oh, wow, he's insane.
Jesus, dude.
Wow. Should I know what Charlemagne or the Breakfast Club is? Not if you have an IQ over 100, you shouldn't.
Yeah.
I think Charlemagne might be in transition. Every time I see him, he looks more and more like a woman. I wonder if anyone around him tells him that. Like, hey, dude.
Looks like a woman.
Yeah. Eddie Murphy was going that way for a while, too. Kind of got, like, too soft looking.
Skincare routines must be pretty good.
For those of you who don't know how the internet works or how cloud services work, I present to you Kamala's explanation.
No longer are you necessarily keeping those private files in some file cabinet that's locked in the basement of the house. It's on your laptop, and it's then therefore up here in this cloud.
But just so you know, the cloud's not up there.
It's up here.
It's down. It's still the cloud's just the name of it, but it's not actually a cloud. It's not actually. It's not up there.
It's up there.
It's sitting in a warehouse in Arizona somewhere, or in Seattle, and it's duplicated all over the world on hard drives. That's the cloud. But they're in buildings sitting on the ground. It's not up here.
That exist above us.
No. That's sorry. No,
that's heaven.
No. In the sky is like bugs and stuff.
Right? It's no longer in a physical place. Now, no longer are you necessarily keeping those private files in some file cabinet that's locked in the basement of the house. It's on your laptop, and it's then therefore up here in this cloud.
And it's not therefore. Just because it's on your laptop doesn't mean it's therefore up in this cloud.
That exists above us. Right? It's no longer in a
right.
Is she explaining this to tech people, or is she just?
I don't know, but I like it how she says right, and there's some dude next to her who's like,
yeah, sure, we'll go along with it.
Fuck, she is a moron. Have you ever had anyone in your life who doesn't know the difference between cellular and Wi-Fi? Like your parents or anything? And you have to you're trying to explain it to them?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, like my grandparents probably.
Yeah, and you got to explain it to them. And I understand why it takes explaining, right? Because it's just like coming to your phone and you're trying to figure out. I get it.
Yeah.
But the cloud thing doesn't seem. The cloud thing's it's just a hard drive that's not at your house.
Right. That's pretty simple explanation.
I mean,
but it's up here. It's a cloud. The cloud is up here. It's not in your house. It's above your house.
Fuck, she is stupid.
Holding all of your information.
Fuck, she is stupid.
Is it a cumulus or a cirrus cloud?
Where's Judy's question? Oh yeah, thank you. Great question.
Cumulonimbus, maybe?
Who was it who said black people who don't know what computers are? Was that Elizabeth Warren said that? Black people don't know what computers are? That was someone big. Oh no, that was Pelosi. Someone recently said that. Black people don't know what computers are.
New York governor.
Oh, yes. It was her.
Hochul? Katie Hochul?
Yeah. She's the defund the police one. New York governor slammed for saying children don't know what computers are. What? She didn't say children don't know. She said black people. Right now, we have young black kids growing up in the Bronx who don't even know what the word computer is. They don't know these things.
Damn, what a crazy world we live in. She regrets it. Don't worry. She misspoke and she regrets it.
Misspoke. What does that mean? I wonder what misspoke means. Misspoke. That's when the truth comes out on accident. Express once. Go ahead.
Express oneself insufficiently, clearly, or accurately. Insufficiently, clearly, or accurately.
That doesn't even work then, because she spoke very clearly, very accurately, and very sufficiently based on her perspective.
Yeah.
Fuck.
What a trip.
What a mess. There's going to be someone in the comments who's going to be like, there's Sevon with his tinfoil hat on again regarding her ethnicity. And it's like, dude, I showed you the fucking article. You dig around. I'm totally open to being wrong. If you want to show me her, if you want to show me her 23andMe test, I'm totally cool. And the only reason why I care if she's black or not is because people are voting for her because she claims she's black. I just like the idea of catching her lying. But I showed you the fucking Daily Mail article. Don't say I have a tinfoil hat. I'm just showing you the fucking news.
Just pointing at it.
Yeah, and just because you don't understand that there's a difference between being Jamaican and black. Jamaican, like you can be born in, I could go fuck someone in Jamaica right now. I could go fuck a albino fucking Icelandic girl if she'd have me in Jamaica right now, and we could have a kid, and that kid would be Jamaican.
If she'd have me.
Here's Kamala doing her different acts based on what audience she's in front of. This is amazing. This is Kamala talking to African Americans. My favorite is the LGBTQTCYZs. This is fucking amazing. If you haven't seen this, please enjoy this. Bathe in this one. Here we go.
I said to the congressman, I didn't know he could preach like that.
I said to the congressman, I didn't know he could preach like that. Hey, when we talk like that on Kill Taylor, it's to make fun of Tyler. It's to make fun of people. She's doing it to assimilate.
Yeah, girl, I'm out here in these streets. And let me tell you, as they say, they not like us.
Hey, I'm out in these streets, and as they say, they ain't like us. More African American talk. Here we go.
I see people testifying. Can I get a witness?
So what?
So it's all so the laugh's just a nervous laughter. Like, fuck. Every time she laughs, it's like, is the audience buying this?
Right.
She's taking it to assess her audience.
We're going to cook today.
Okay.
Is an Indian recipe.
Yes.
Because
Yes.
you are Indian.
Yes. Yes.
So we're both Indian.
Yes.
But actually, we're both South Indian.
Yes. I am Kamala Harris. My pronouns are she and her. I am a woman. I cannot.
Holy shit, dude.
Oh my God, dude.
Did you see Trump when they asked him what his pronouns are?
No, what did he say?
Dude, the video is awesome. After this, we got to pull it up.
Is that the one where he's at the Black Journalists Convention?
No, he's just sitting in a chair talking to someone.
Imagine what can be and be unburdened by what has been. You know? What can be Unburdened by what has been. What can be. Unburdened by what has been.
Ooh, this is a reveal.
I've never been asked that.
Ooh.
I did. Kentucky.
Wow. Okay.
Oh, that's so. I said to the congressman, I didn't know he.
What a fucking clown. What a fucking clown. Someone wrote in the comments, but does it matter? Does a mixed heritage really pertain to her qualifications for running? Not in love with her or anything, but I definitely don't understand the importance of derogatory implications of a race and how she expresses that. I wonder how people of mixed heritage feel when they see things like this. What are you talking about? Is she a liar or is she not a liar? That's what it comes down to. Is she lying? Like, who is she really? Don't you want to see who she really is? Like, do you think Trump's putting on, do you think that the Trump we see, you think like he has different, significantly different modes he's playing? I mean, obviously there's different times. I'm sure Andrew Schultz isn't cracking jokes when his wife fucking catches, sees text messages in his phone where he's fucking some other chick. I mean, there's definitely different moods. Wow, Djokovic won the gold. Is that true? That's awesome. He beat Alcaraz. That's awesome. Wow. I can't wait to see that.
Yeah, beat him.
Wow.
I found this Huffington Post article about Trump getting asked about his pronouns, and it just screams idiocy.
The Huffington Post sucks. Donald Trump basically gets basic English lesson after ridiculous comment about his pronouns. Oh, and look at the picture they use of him. He does not. Do they have the video? The video is so good. Nope, they're not even going to show. Of course, they're not going to show it.
They spell it out in the. Let's see. What are your pronouns? I don't want pronouns. So you're fluid? What is that?
She was joking, by the way. That's the part like you don't get from reading that. She was like, she was having fun. You know what I mean? She was like, oh, so you're fluid? Like making fun of the libtards. No one even knows what that means. Ask her to describe exactly what that means, Trump added.
Clearly, that's not true. Pronouns are a crucial part of the English language, helping people describe things without repeatedly using names or nouns. It is also a way for trans or non-binary people or their allies to indicate and affirm their gender identity.
So look at those two paragraphs. Isn't that funny? On one, clearly that's not true. Pronouns are a crucial part of the English language. They used to be. Helping people describe things without. So they're talking about using them so that there can be precision in your speech. And then the very next paragraph is about how it has nothing to do with precision. It has to do with making fucking people feel good. It's fucking
crazy.
Nuts.
Oh, here, maybe this is it.
Oh, yeah, this is so good.
I have to pull it up in the other window.
It's fine. Pronouns.
Her Twitter bio, which I never noticed until this morning, states her pronouns as she/her. What are your pronouns?
I have.
Oh, yeah.
I don't want pronouns. I don't want pronouns. I saw
So you're fluid? What is that?
Nobody even knows what that means. Ask her to describe exactly what that means.
Well, what is that? Why are people
Nobody
doing
knows.
That? Well, what is
live?
Hey, it's all Orwellian shit. It's all Orwellian shit. They're basically, I don't know if you guys remember the origins of pronouns, but it was the big thing that made Jordan Peterson famous. When Jordan Peterson's like, you can't force me to say people's fucking pronouns the way they want. It's more just fucking rules.
Oh my God. This guy
You
just
know,
pulled up in like a $20,000 motorhome. $50,000 motorhome.
is that a nice one?
It's huge. Yeah.
I bet you it's more than that then. I bet you it's 300,000.
You're probably right.
I want to show you a video the other day, and I a video I saw the other day, and I thought that this was ridiculous, but people told me that this is truly what it's. Oh, that's nice. Yeah. Wow.
My neighbor's got a nice house.
I keep seeing. I always forget that this is what it's like in the real world, because I live in like just such a fucking protected little world where I don't have to worry about that shit. Like, we live in a world where you can't even say anything nice to someone because they might be offended. Like, if you say to someone that they're attractive, like, somehow I think the word they say it's reductive or something, or you can't tell a black. I first saw it when, like, 10 years ago, when if you told a black guy he was articulate, that somehow that was racist. You were implying, right? But this is fucking crazy. But I heard this is exactly what it's like in corporate America right now.
Newest client sells boxing gloves.
Their core demographic is straight men.
Let's do a campaign with Pride Month rainbow boxing gloves.
Boxing gloves with pronouns on them.
First Nations boxing gloves.
My name's John. I'm the straight man in marketing.
How about a campaign where we promote body positivity with the boxing gloves?
Yeah, we could do like a fat guy with the gloves sort of thing. Yeah, I have had trouble breaking the rainbow ceiling in this industry. What about an ad where we talk about how durable the gloves are?
I don't think that's going to work.
I just don't know if straight men are going to go for the rainbow gloves.
Well, that's their problem.
Recently, I was at an event to empower straight men in marketing, and they just told me I need to lean in, spread my legs, and confidently assert my ideas. What if we just did a boxing partnership?
Okay, Macho Man, let me hetero-splain it to you in a way that you'll understand.
Can we just try my strategy?
We're talking here, okay?
It's honestly exhausting. I'm trying to fit in. It's just not working.
Toxic man with a small D. Toxic man with a small D.
This isn't funny. I'm going to HR.
I am HR, babe. You need to lighten up. Toxic man with a small D. Toxic man with a small D.
Our newest.
I heard it's exactly like that. And and when you apply for jobs at like universities in California or corporate jobs, or I had a friend who tried to apply for a job at like a Jewish farm in Berkeley, like a city farm, and the questions they ask are like absolutely crazy, all around DEI. And it basically, they're asking how they think that they're asking, like, how are you going to help black people? But they're basically asking, how dumb do you think black people are? And the more you get close to they're really dumb and I need my help, the closer you are to getting the job. It's fucking amazing. It's amazing. But that last line right there, that's the problem. When he says, I'm going to go to HR and she says she's HR, that's the problem. It's being enforced. You know, that's the truth, right? It is right. HR enforcing the fucking...
That's their problem.
The token white guy is now the thing.
Yeah.
It's now like the thing, the token white guy. It's like real.
Yeah, it used to be the other way around. Token lesbian, token black guy. Token tranny.
But I don't even think it really was that. You know what I mean? Like, it was a joke then. Now it's not a joke.
Yeah, right.
Like, if you had a black guy at your job, you weren't like... you might say that as a joke, but everyone knew that like that guy was fucking, maybe, you know, he could be the best employee there. It didn't matter.
Yeah, 99% of the time they were the best employees there.
Yeah,
the hardest working ones. They would always get anything done you needed them to.
It's like the thing, a lazy Mexican. Like, I know way. I know. Yeah, I've never seen a lazy Mexican.
There's no such thing.
Right. Dumb Chinese.
Impossible.
No. Yeah. It's not about being equal. They want to be feared and above us. By the way, that's why nothing gets done in those companies. Get this, Sevon. A comedy shop is opening in Boise. That's person of color only. Oh, shit.
It's not a comedy club anymore, then.
I want to go there in blackface.
Oh God.
I never understood the blackface thing at all. Like, so what? That one's so crazy. Like, somehow it's bad to dress up as Halloween as someone who's black. Like, so what? I don't give a fuck.
Did you see Joe Rogan's special yet?
No, is it good?
It's okay. But he talks about how like mainstream media started writing articles saying that he was opening a right-wing comedy club in Texas.
Oh shit.
And he was like, yeah, so I'm opening a comedy club. It's not a right-wing comedy club. That's just every comedy club. It's that.
There's just not any fun. Like, it's just, there's no funny shit coming from the left.
Yeah, right. And you're not going to.
They're too offended by everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, here we go.
You mean to tell me that the possible first Black female president, her primary message, her platform is to promote the very thing that was meant to wipe out our race?
She's referring to abortion. One of the cornerstones for pushing abortion was to kill all Black people.
That's what she's running on? Like, this is a joke. It's a joke. And then on top of that, y'all want to try to intimidate me and manipulate me into voting for her just because we are both Black and we're both women. Let me tell you something. Identity is a foolish reason to vote for someone. And it's insulting for someone to insist that I make a political decision, regardless if it goes against my belief, regardless if it goes against my stance, my firmly held belief, just because they look like me. So you mean to tell me?
God, it's so refreshing to see that shit. I've been saying it for fucking three years since the show started. This country, as weird as it is, it's going to be saved by Black people. They got to do it. Sorry, I know you already created the shit, made the shit on your back, but now you got to save it. Sorry.
That's right.
We need you again. It was not great. You can tell he's hesitant to go full red pill, walking back some jokes. He said Michelle Obama has a dick. Then he said, nah, I don't believe that.
Yeah, I agree. I thought he was going to go harder. He did not.
He was a real pussy during COVID. And if you listen between the lines to Joe Rogan speak, his idea of how the economy works is still a little fucktarded. But he's around good people, I think, who get it. So maybe he'll get fixed. But he was so scared around... He's terrified of Trump, and he was so scared, and he's got some justification for not having Trump on, but he was so scared of COVID, like the subject. Hi, Ari. What's up, baby? What do you need? Okay, tell me. Oh, you did fix the Lego? Wow, impressive. Thank you. I love you. Later, dude. See you in a minute.
Yeah, he touches on COVID a little bit, but it's nothing impressive.
Kamala. This shit you can't even fucking make up. This is like a fucking Monty Python skit. I cannot fucking believe that this is fucking real. This is well, maybe I have a better version of it. Oh no, here I'll play this version. This is so crazy. This is so like a Monty Python skit. I can't.
Visitors from Russia as part of a prisoner exchange, Kamala Harris showed us why she is the Democratic nominee for president.
This is just an extraordinary testament to the importance of having a president who understands the power of diplomacy and understands the strength that rests in understanding the significance of diplomacy and strengthening alliances. This is an incredible day.
Comments from Kamala are like a Coldplay song. You're not quite sure what it means.
What a fucking train wreck. Did she say the word strength 3 times? The word strength 3 times?
Yes, I think so.
And look at Joe. Hey, did you see Joe wander onto the plane thinking it was Air Force One or something?
Yes. He just
And
started
then,
like walking around.
so the hostages had already gotten off the plane, and it's so wild because once again the left-wing press is saying, "Oh no, he was going on there to thank the pilots for flying them."
Oh, really?
I'm like, dude.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, for sure. Reasonable explanation.
Oh, it was so crazy to see him walk onto the plane. I was reading yesterday a little bit about Nevada, Wisconsin, and Georgia, and about the laws they have about switching out candidates. And I was hearing different sides. I can't tell if it really. I couldn't come to any decision on whether they're going to have issues or not. But definitively, if he were to die before the election, it would get Kamala on all the ballots. But I guess there is a chance in some states she might not be on the ballot, which would be fucking crazy. Like one of the articles I read that said that after June 5th, you're not allowed to change who's on the ballot, which didn't make sense to me because aren't they supposed to figure out who goes on the ballot at the convention that's coming up in late August?
That's what I thought too. I thought that's when the decision was made, was at the convention.
Yeah, he should let Fox moderate it instead of ABC. Fuck ABC. He's done more than enough already for fucking all the left-wing media, CNN, ABC, all those fucking people. Like, fuck it, let Fox do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, the walking on the plane. I wonder, do you think he's going to make it to the end of his presidency, Biden? He does not look good. Did you see the hostages hug him? It was like they were hugging a 2x4. He doesn't move.
Yeah. It was pretty bad.
It's almost like he's going into rigor mortis right before our eyes.
Rigor mortis. I don't know. I think he'll be okay, but that's gonna be touch and go after that.
Michael Schellenberg, our favorite liberal, ran for governor of California. Was Kamala Harris a DEI hire? Well, we already know that they're all for DEI. What would be wrong if she was a DEI hire? So what? That should be their stance.
Everybody, it's Mike Schellenberger for Public. Ever since Kamala Harris became the Democratic Party's de facto and presumed presidential nominee, the news media have worked to correct what it says is misinformation the public may have heard about her. Harris was not a DEI hire, they say, meaning Biden did not choose her for his vice president because she's a black woman. Harris was never border czar, they say, and was not responsible for the quintupling of migrants crossing the border under Biden. And no, Harris does not support a ban on fracking. But in the media's so-called fact-checking, they have spread misinformation. Biden explicitly said he would choose a black woman as vice president after black Democratic activists and the media urged him to. As such, Harris was indeed a DEI hire. The media in 2021 widely called Harris a border czar, and her responsibilities were to deal with the so-called root causes of migration. And Harris had supported a ban on fracking when she ran in the Democratic primary in 2019, and only changed it a few days ago in response to Trump's attacks. Now, of course, there's plenty of misinformation about Harris. Biden never suggested that he lowered his standards to select a black female vice president, for example. Harris never had.
So that's fascinating. He didn't have to suggest he lowered his standards to pick a black woman because you automatically are lowering your standards. Oh, Sevon, how can you say that? Are you talking about black woman? No, I'm talking about mathematics. If 6% of the U.S. population is a black or black females, black humans with vaginas, then you've already lowered your standards. If you would have said you were going to pick a white man, you were lowering your standards. anytime you're picking something by some sort of demographic that cuts out, that excludes other people, you're lowering your standards. If we say we're going to pick the fastest human being in the world and I'm only going to choose from Chinese women, we've lowered our standards. It's changed the entire fucking thing. So if only 6% of the population is black women, you don't have to, it's not even implicit. It's just a fucking mathematical fact. You've gotten rid of 94% of the population that you can fucking harvest your choice from. I don't use black woman. If that triggers you, use something else. Use Native American man. Use Armenian woman. Use Jewish man. I don't know what percentage of the population is are Jews of the U.S. population. What percentage of USA population is Jew?
7.5 milli.
2.4%. Yeah, that would be fucking crazy to fucking reduce it to that.
You're narrowing down your pool of potential candidates to 2.4% of the population.
Yeah, he didn't have to say it. If you don't know that, then go back to fucking third grade math.
The formal title of border czar, and she did endorse increasing border security recently. And the claims that Harris would shut down or even significantly reduce oil and gas production are contradicted by the expansion of oil and gas production under Biden. But those distinctions don't change the fundamental reality of the positions of Harris and the Democratic Party on those three major issues. Harris's allies waged a pressure campaign based on race and sex in 2020 before Biden picked her as vice president, and again did so this year when Biden anointed her his successor against the opposition of Barack Obama, Nancy Pelosi, and Chuck Schumer. Harris never denied she was border czar in 2021 and also had responsibility for addressing the causes of the crisis, which she did not do for the last 3.5 years. And the fact that Harris didn't even...
She did address them. She exacerbated them. Another nuance that's worth pointing out. She exacerbated them.
bother explaining her reversal on fracking just proves that it was done for political expediency. As such, the media's coverage of Harris over the last 10 days has been characterized by gaslighting the public about events just a few years old and suggesting that what we remembered having happened hadn't really happened. And yet much of the public remembers very well the pressure on Biden to choose a black female vice president. We remember when the media declared Harris a border czar responsible for dealing with the root causes of migration. And all who can access the internet can see the videos of Harris saying at a CNN town hall meeting in 2019, "There's no question I'm in favor of banning fracking." Now, media gaslighting had increased sharply in the run-up to Biden's announcement on July 21st that he would not seek re-election. The media's denial of the reality of Biden's declining mental state had reached new extremes in June, as Biden froze at a Los Angeles fundraiser and appeared disoriented in at least 2 instances in Europe.
Froze. He fucking froze. Oh my God. Oh my God.
The media repeatedly claimed that Biden was fine and that anyone who said differently was just a Trump supporter spreading misinformation. The media's cover-up of Biden's poor health was a major blow to its credibility, but not enough for it to change its ways. In its coverage of Kamala Harris, the media are now demanding that the public dismiss not just the video and other evidence, but also their own memories. This kind of gaslighting is really risky strategy for the news media. Their business rests upon public trust, which had declined from 55% in the year 2000 to just 32%. And it's not like the media don't know their credibility is declining. They wrote about last year's poll numbers, for example. And the attempt by some media outlets to explain away their own dismissal of Biden's poor health reveals that the media are all too aware of their bias. In fact, a former New York Times executive editor told Semaphore that she thought too many journalists didn't try to get the story because they did not want to be accused of helping elect Donald Trump. I get that, she said. But if displaying an obvious bias while gaslighting undermines the public's trust, why do the media keep doing it? Now, if you're not already a subscriber, please subscribe now to watch the rest of this video, read the rest of the article, and to support Public's award-winning journalism.
Our favorite liberal, Michael Schellenberger. Is it Burger? Burger. All right. David reminds me of Kamala Harris. Like wherever, like
Cackling in the chat.
No, well, cackling in the chat, and he'll go to like wherever, like he's attracted to just 14-year-old passive aggressive girls. You know what I mean? He's like so susceptible to just pure pressure. It's fucking crazy.
Real cool guy though.
Yeah. Yeah. He asks girls on a date, like instead of being like, hey, you want to go out? It's like, I know you're busy and you probably don't like me because I don't drive a nice car, but do you want to go out with me?
He's the guy that sends memes to chicks he doesn't really know, expecting them to start a relationship with him.
I know you think you're too cool for me, but will you go? Like, he just wants pity fucks. Like this dude, this dude, Mike. This dude just begs for pity fucks. Like this is the kind of dude who waits at the bar until there's just fucking one fucking girl who's barely conscious left, and then still doesn't have the balls to ask her out. He has to like try to manipulate her.
Really does take some convincing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you please feel sorry for me? I could see Mike at a bar. My mom just died of cancer, and she did just die of cancer. Will you go home? I need someone to talk to. I need someone to talk to.
Will you hold me?
Yeah, I just need someone to talk to. And the whole time in his mind, he's thinking, "Fuck! I hope I can get it hard tonight. I'm gonna fuck this chick. I hope I can get it hard tonight."
I hope my roommate doesn't come home today.
I understand. All right. Love you guys. Tomorrow, Taylor and JR will be manning the ship at 7 a.m. I will be on a flight. I'm headed over to the airport at fucking some god-awful time. Then I'll try to do... Oh, I'll probably do a show tonight. I'll probably do one more show tonight. Like a games and do a breaking news, CrossFit Games breaking news show. Are you out of your fucking mind? It's nothing like that. It's almost like bringing a box of wine to Econ 101 to hoping to get laid. You're out of your fucking mind. Shut it, David.
Same.
No,
that's pretty good. That was pretty good.
That's not even close. Are you kidding me? You fucking kidding me?
Oh shit.
Let me tell you something. Pimping a chick in fucking Anthro 101 is way different than fucking preying on fucking dead beaver at a bar at 4 a.m. It's like, I fucking shot a fucking rhino running full speed at me. You fucking have a shovel collecting roadkill. That's how you feed your family, you fucking cunt. All right. Dubase, Mike is entitled to his opinion. Free speech. Guess he's trying to troll. Whatever didn't work. It's just the passive aggressive shit. It's like, dude, if you're gonna spend the time to write something, then educate us. Just be like, well, actually, you
guys are just so stupid. You guys are just so dumb.
The biggest lever in the economy is actually energy, or actually the Rothschilds control the economy. And here's a link to an article where it explains that. Not you guys are so stupid. I mean, it's just so fucking 14-year-old girl shit. It's like how my kids try to fucking like, if I pin a guy today in jiu-jitsu, can I get some candy corns? I mean, it's like, Jesus Christ, dude.
Candy corns. God, if you're eating candy corns, you're a fucking psychopath.
Hey, and listen, Mike, when you have to keep reminding us, reminding yourself it's hilarious, we know you don't think it's hilarious. Like, you keep having to say that it's funny and the laughing emojis. We know you don't think it's funny. We know you're miserable.
Take this very seriously. We can tell.
David Weed, Jake, Sevon is dick riding Trump. Fuck you. That's the first true thing you've said in a long time. Balls deep. I'd use the fucking exerciser at the same time Trump is using it. Fucking, I'd use the buddy exerciser. I'd let helmets touch.
Put my exerciser on Trump.
Yeah. Sevon is still a registered Democrat. Is that true? That's probably is true.
Wow. You're a hypocrite. This is crazy.
I don't know if that matters what you're registered as. Does that matter?
No.
Oh. Yeah, I'm cupping his balls. Yeah, there's no doubt. I'm all up in Trump's ass. Stephon, do you grow or eat okra? No, but my sister grows okra, and I bought okra seeds this year, and I really wish I would have grown it. Damn, I wish I would have grown it. I'll vote here in California, even though I don't think it matters here. So there's that. All right. For those of you who haven't gone swallowed the red pill yet, I appreciate you hanging in for the whole show. Good on you. I made the same journey. I feel you. I had to listen to for 5 years people explain things to me that had to make it through a thick layer of defending being a libtard. But orange pill. All right. All right, guys. Oh, look at Mike. Mike, do you have a problem with dick suckers? Is that a negative thing? Oh no, you love it. Yeah, keep telling us how funny it is and how much you love it. I'm fully convinced. I'm almost convinced. Say it 10 more times and I'm convinced. All right. Love you guys. I'll see you this evening. Caleb, thanks for coming on. Bye-bye.